Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo! Brownie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico? I'd say happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump day!
Get happy. Yeah. Get Geico. 15.
Monk.
What is good? What is going on? What is cracking? I am Billy Foothills, and I am back in another episode of East Meets West, where we try to give you the best place to come get shit off your chest when it comes to our Philadelphia Eagles. Let's go. Welcome in, everybody. We got a special guest tonight. We got one of the premier content creators in the game right now. I am not lying when it comes to our guy here, Joeyshakes72. We appreciate all you guys for joining us tonight. Fuego, let's cut the music. You guys are, like I always say, you guys are the absolute food in the water of the channel. Thank you so much for supporting it. All our links are in the description, so make sure that if you're not subbed up to our guest here, Joeyshakes72, for some reason, I mean, he's got a huge following, so you probably already are. But go check him out. Go lock him in. Because he's always putting out that Fuego content. Always fire, great content. And yeah, I mean, I got my co-host here. We are triple live streaming right now. We are live not only on my channel, The Nest Out West. We are also live on Vic 3's channel down below me, and we are also live on AK Eagles' channel, Eagles Uncensored, as well. So make sure you all hit the thumbs up on all three channels tonight. We really, really appreciate it. It helps with the algorithm, helps push that content out there, and helps get more eyes on our content and helps us grow. So, again, thank you guys so much for being here. And, hey, guys, welcome in. Welcome in another episode of Eats Meets West. This one's going to be a great one because, like I said, we got ourselves Joey Shakes. What's going on, Joey?
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing, man? We're getting ready. The season's over officially, and it's just going to be the Eagles offseason where it's rumors, speculation, and got to love that speculation of where this team is going to go. Probably one of the most important off seasons for the Eagles in 2022. So I'm pumped.
Absolutely.
Yes, welcome to the show, my guy. Appreciate you coming on. Always look forward to talking to you. You know, you are the GOAT. I bow to you, sir. I wish, I could do the things that you do. We all do. But yeah, man, you're a great content creator, and appreciate you taking the time out to come join us tonight.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me on. Seriously, guys, it's a community together. We've helped ourselves, we helped everybody else and each other in crazy ways, and it's nice to have a community that that helps each other out and is always there for each other. So it's a great thing.
Yeah, man, definitely. For me, this was like an introduction. This is the first time I think we've ever even spoken.
Yeah.
I've heard your name from afar. I've seen some videos, and I'm pretty excited to get this going tonight. It's Hump Day. We already know what it's about. So let's get it started. But it looks like we lost Foothill real quick. As we're about to embark on this great show, we lose our guy.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. A little technical difficulty. That's it. It's live. Oh, we got no audio neither? So we're just going to keep it going.
Anyway, introduce yourself, bro. Do it.
Yeah, man. Listen, like I said, appreciate you coming through. Been around for a minute, but yeah, let's get to hear about you. Again, I'm pretty sure there are many people who subscribe to you, but again, for the people that don't know, let them know what you're about.
Really, it's just getting down to content without the gibberish. Really, it's just I came as an Eagles fan in like 6 years ago, wanting to just I don't know. There's no Eagles fans around me in New York. I'm a New Yorker my whole life, and I've lived in a Giants home for a long time. So I kind of wanted to get on YouTube just to really not really know where it was going to go, but just wanted to I guess meet new people and met a ton of people over the years. And it's been a crazy ride. It's amazing, like how many people you can meet, whether it's content creators or even subscribers that some of them I've talked to personally. It's just amazing, and it's a great thing. And it's really, I cover the draft, I cover free agency, cover the season, I stream every game. I make sure, I'm more into the speculation. I'm like the TMZ or like the, all the background stuff for the off season, and I like all that rumors and speculation. So at the end of the day, if you want straight up content, you come to my channel for all of that every single day, plus channel membership videos and all that. So we're always busy every day. It's nonstop.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Now, you mentioned you're from New York. You grew up with a Giants household. How did the Eagles come into play? How did they become your team?
It actually came into play like the early 2000s when because I played football all my life, Pop Warner to high school. Then I went into a D2 school and played for 2-3 years, and then I got out of college, and then I don't know, I made a bet with a bunch of friends because I really wasn't a football watcher like all the time because I was so busy with everything else. But I think the Eagles were playing the Jets. I think I put a bet against the Eagles beating the Jets, and I don't know, since then I just kind of got gripped onto the Eagles and wanted to be a fan of them because I wasn't a fan of the New York teams in general, never was. So yeah, the Eagles became my team a long time ago, and ever since then, yeah, that's pretty much how it's been.
Hey, that sounds awesome. Listen, whether we get you from a bet or if you were born here or not, as long as you're an Eagles fan, we welcome you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Joey, I do have one question outside of Eagles. I'm interested to know what got you into horror films, bro?
Oh man, I mean, ever since like middle school, watching Creep Show, like the original Creep Show, and my sisters really got me. And I have two older sisters that really got me into all that stuff, and I've been hooked on ever since. And I do have a horror channel as well, so I do like fun things on there. Stream like horror games with other people as well. So. I've always been into it, and it's another passion I have and another interest I've had for a long time. So, love it.
Oh, so let me ask you a question because I'm into horror too. So, what would you say would be your favorite horror movie?
Oh, Halloween, hands down. I mean, Halloween, the original Halloween. Yeah, I mean, Friday the 13th. I'm a huge fan of Friday the 13th. I'm a big fan of the Saw movies. Creep Show, like I said before, even some of I've even watched some of the low budget horror films on Amazon, which some of them are really bad, but some of them are really good, addicting to watch. You know what I mean? So, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, Chucky. I mean, I go down the line. There's a bunch. Jeepers Creepers. I mean, it's great. Everything, pretty much. So.
Oh, that sounds cool. Growing up as a child, like my dad, he was always in a horror movie. So, as a young kid, I've been watching. I started off with Friday, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors, and he just went crazy from there. Like my daughter, she's so into horror. Like her whole room is just horrored out. She has every single doll imaginable. She still has the good old boy. What is it? The Chucky doll. Mm-hmm. His little cereal box. She got it all. She has all the memorabilia.
Now, are you also into like the Stephen King kind of?
We have a whole collection, but
yeah. When it comes to I'm not really into the paranormal stuff too much. When you go move into a house and all this weird stuff happens in the house. I'm not really Paranormal Activity. I liked a lot, but I'm not really a big paranormal guy. I'm a slasher type guy, so that's pretty much what I've been into.
Well, I was meaning along the lines of Rose Red. Where the house grows. And
oh yeah, definitely stuff like that. Definitely,
yeah. Yeah, that's one of my all-time greats right there, man. I've watched that so many times.
Oh yeah.
So,
Awesome. So
all right, let's get
go
into
ahead.
Eagles. No, I was going to say, let's just get into Eagles stuff. Yeah, because he'll be back somewhere. He's lurking. But give me your whole outlook on this past season, man. Like what you seen from the beginning of the year, what you took notice to at the end of the year, even including the playoff game.
Beginning of the season, like, it really wasn't high expectations just because, like, new head coach, new offensive coordinator, new quarterback, and, a lot of new pieces, a young receiver core. And, it was tough. Beginning of the year was exciting, but it was tough. I knew that we were going to make a lot of mistakes, which we did. Some of it was play calling, and most of it was quarterback play. But and defensively hasn't been great all season. So I knew we were going to make mistakes, and Jalen Hurts didn't really play up to par in the beginning of the season. I think he got better at the end of the year, but obviously still some flaws there when anticipation on throws and progression, stuff like that. But this is a team that fought. We lost some critical games this year, which we could have won. End of the year we need a little bit of help getting to the playoffs, but we racked up enough wins just to get in. I think we could have got in a lot earlier. But this was a team that was, it's tough going into a season like this with a new head coach and a new quarterback, because you usually have the veteran head coach with a young quarterback, kind of string these guys along a little bit. I thought the draft was pretty good this year. We got some good picks out of that draft, and it was a year till we need to see where we are and what we need going into this, this 2022 off season when it comes to certain personnel, coaches, and we racked up cap space going into 22 plus 3 first-round picks that we're hoping that we were going to get, and we did get it, thank God. Now the next step is really, what are the Eagles going to do at quarterback? And on top of that, where are the resources of the cap space and these first round picks are going to go into? So it's going to be, it's an exciting offseason coming up, but it's very terrifying at the same time.
How about you?
I was going to ask, what did you think about the coaching staff and how they performed this season? And what do you expect out of them going forward?
Nick Sirianni, I really wasn't on par with him at the beginning of the year, because we were promised a lot of things before the season started. Where even with Jonathan Gannon, we were promised a defense, multiple schemes, just using guys, not setting these guys up for failure, disguising coverages, and then with Nick, it was just an intermediate wide receiver, fast paced offense. That we were supposed to get, and we really didn't get that. We barely ran the ball for a long time. Miles Sanders, I don't even think they even have a touchdown this year. It's been kind of crazy with the whole roster, but with the coaches like Jonathan Gannon, I just don't think he's. I don't think he's defensive coordinator material. I don't think it's one of those coaches where you give him another year. I just don't think. I haven't seen a flash out of this defense all year. And on top of everything else, we haven't faced a good team with this defense and beat a good team with this defense on top of it. So, I think the offense definitely got a lot better. I think really the second half of that Chargers game, it kind of turned around a little bit. And obviously, we had that loss to the Giants, which was horrible, but then we kind of picked it up and, we started, using not just tight ends. We started running the ball a lot more, breaking the franchise record for rushing yards. So I think, Jonathan Gannon's pretty much on my hit list right now. And then really going into the 2022 season, I'm kind of looking at Shane Steichen as the offensive coordinator to see, like, he's got to, if they add another receiver in free agency, like, he's got to put these guys in better position. And, you already have a quarterback that's struggling on guys that are wide open. And if you don't fix that first, I don't know what these receivers are going to do, because there's no excuse to have Devontae Smith under 1,000 yards. I mean, he should have had over 1,200 yards this year. If he was on another roster, forget about it. Jalen Hurts obviously has to be better. I think we all know that. And, I think we have one of the best offensive lines, top 5 offensive line in the league. This offense is going to get better next year, because really, as of right now, when you watch these playoff games, were amazing this year. Probably the best playoff football I've ever seen in years. So, You can have an average defense, but a high-powered offense to complement that, and that's what you need. But this defense is not average. This defense is below average. So,
Well, just to follow up on that real fast, you mentioned Jonathan Gannon and his poor performance, and I wholeheartedly agree with what you're saying. I don't think he showed any kind of improvement. I don't think he's gotten better from week 1 till now. But other than Gannon, a lot of talk was being brought up about Brian Johnson and also Aaron Moore. What do you think about them two going forward?
I mean, with the QB, with Brian Johnson being the QB coach, like, there's only so much he could do. Like, it's either Jalen Hurts has it or he doesn't have it. Like, Aaron Moorhead, I kind of want out of here. I kind of want a new receiver coach. I'm kind of want him to. I feel like he's from the old coaching staff, obviously, so I kind of want him to. I don't know. I kind of feel like we need to bring somebody else in. I mean, I don't know. These receivers just need more work. But at the end of the day, who's calling the plays? What route combinations are they doing with Shane Steichen's offense? Running 4 verticals doesn't mean you're going to beat man coverage. There's just no creativity with this offense. And like I said, watching the playoffs, there's so much we're missing, and we have a long way to go. You could, depending on certain changes for this season, and we'll probably talk about it later, but depending on certain changes, this team could change dramatically with 3 first-round picks and even with a second-round pick. There's a lot going on right now, and I feel like Howie Roseman at the end of the year said that, Howie Roseman, if Howie Roseman says that he's going to be, if he's going to be aggressive, usually we're not aggressive. Usually he does the total opposite. Since he didn't even say we're going to be aggressive, so I'm thinking that, yeah, maybe we're going to be aggressive since, he's got more flexibility now in the cap space. And now with these 3 first-round picks, I think good things are to come. I'm hopeful of it and optimistic. And I just don't want them to give contracts to the wrong players, and pay, certain players too much money that they're not going to pan out. And we're starting to get younger, and that's another positive about it too. But we need to make sure our coaching – we need to make sure that the coaching staff is correct before anything. So,
Definitely.
I actually like that you bring up that dramatic change. I had a little birdie tell me the other day that the Philadelphia Eagles are very high on Russell Wilson. Now he also told me as well that they are shopping Rager and JJ at this point. They are. They're very high on Juju Smith at the moment as well for a veteran receiver, and also very, 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 very high on Leonard Fournette. Now that could be your dramatic changes, and for the Russell, what he was saying was 2 firsts and Hurts, pretty much a QB swap. Now I don't know if that's 2 firsts this year or 1 first this year and 1 next year. I'm not sure, but that is what my dramatic change from a little birdie told me. How do you feel about that? If that would come to fruition and happen?
When it comes to running backs, I'm not big on paying running backs. I'm really not. I've never been big on paying running backs because at this point, it's like this offensive line, take advantage of it. You have Landon Dickerson that worked out as a second-round pick, which I knew he had high ceiling, but between having a season-ending injury, 2 ankle injuries, 2 knee injuries, I wouldn't even think that he was going to work out. And we hit that pick so well. You put him at left guard. Kelsey's going to be coming back next year, which is good. So, at this point, I think it really comes down to the draft. It comes down to free agency. When you talk about certain positions, okay, quarterback is being one of them. At this point, I'm all in on keeping Jalen Hurts next year and building this roster around. I think we've talked about this before.
Yes.
I'm totally fine with that because if you're giving away 2 first-round picks for this year's draft, hell no. Like, I'm not doing it. It's you trade for Russell Wilson. Look, he's only going to cost $19 million for the year, which isn't bad at all. But compared to Jimmy Garoppolo, it's got to get paid $26 plus get a new contract after this year. And I hate Jimmy G anyway. But I'm I would be on board with bringing in Leonard Fournette. I'd be fine with that. I'm hoping they bring in a receiver. Like I'm pretty high on DJ Shark. I'm pretty big on him.
Well, I threw a trade scenario out to Vic earlier today, and I want to ask AK and Joey about this one. So, and I tweeted about it earlier. I don't know if you guys might have seen it, but would you guys, if you guys were Howie Roseman right now, if the Seahawks were willing to make a deal for our number 19 pick, Jalen Hurts, Fletcher Cox, and Andre Dillard for Russell Wilson, would you guys make that deal right now?
The only thing I'm like confused about with that trade is Fletch, because you've already restructured him like 2 times. You restructured him at the end of, I think it was the beginning of 21, like in the offseason, probably the end of 2020, whatever it was. Then they restructured him again and freed up $11 million. His cap hit, his dead cap number is a lot. I mean, it's I've seen it in the 35 million to the 40s. Like, I don't know if that's.
Yeah, I think it's like 34.
I don't know if they want to eat that much. That's what I'm saying. Like, Fletcher Cox might be immovable at this point to add him into a trade. I think he will be here, even though, like, Fletcher Cox has been on my shit list for the past couple seasons just because I'm seeing Aaron Donald do what he's doing on the field, and like we have to give Fletcher Cox this much help. You know, Brandon Graham, get lost on the defensive line was huge. You know, Joshua getting a new contract, and like he's doing stuff, but it's just not enough to what he's getting paid for. And then Derek Barnett's just a knucklehead every friggin' game. So I mean, and he's in free agency. So I mean, at this point, I don't. If you take Fletch out of it, and if you put Hurts in there, I mean, I'd be fine with Hurts, Dillard, a first rounder this year, a third, and maybe a first rounder next year. I guess that's more fair. I at the end of the day, like I don't want to do this, but if I was forced to do it, a first round pick for this year and a first round pick for next year, not 2 first round picks in one draft. That's definitely not happening. But from what the front office for Seattle's saying is that it has to be like worth it. And I don't know if Washington's apparently going after him and Tampa Bay's going after him. So I don't know if like the Eagles have a lot of. I mean, the Eagles they're going to take the phone call easily because they know the Eagles have 3 first round picks plus another first round pick for next year. So I mean, I don't know how these other teams. I think what teams are doing now is they're going off of this Matt Stafford trade and how they won a Super Bowl and going through like, let's trade for a veteran quarterback. If you feel like the rest of your roster is set, you have an average defense or better. And, will a quarterback like that change the whole, will change how your offense is playing out for to another championship? Because think about it, the NFC is wide open because there's no quarterbacks left. I mean, there's nobody left as of right now. The AFC has all the quarterbacks now. So could Howie Roseman be thinking, you know what, maybe we'll make this deal to try to get Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is technically probably the best quarterback that's still out there that's in the NFC right now, because who's really in control, who is really in your way to get to the Super Bowl? Not many teams. So I like the trade. I would do it. You know what I mean? But
well, and here's the question I was asked, Joey. We all know and we're happy as hell that Jason Kelce came back for another year. All right, so he said it. He's going to come back. What did they tell him to make this man want to come back? You have to think of that question. There was something he was told and a reason that he's coming back. And that's what. And because I asked that same question, I said, why wouldn't they just roll with Hurts another year? Develop him. He's like, we all know how our front office is impatient. They always have been. He's like, and this scenario with Matthew Stafford didn't help any. So now they're in a rush now, win now mode. He's like, so Kelce was told something to make him want to come back. He's like, and I'm not sure if Jalen Hurts would have been enough to make him stay. He's like, that's the question you need to ask yourself. So he was told something to make him to want to come back. And that's where the whole Russell Wilson thing comes into play. Because if he knows Russell Wilson is behind him and not Jalen Hurts, he feels 10 times better.
I
I'm
know
gonna
what
have to
I'm saying?
rebuttal on that. I'm gonna have to rebuttal on that because Kelsey's been with this team, and you know Kelsey is the heart of this team. Kelsey has glowingly talked about Jalen Hurts right now. I highly doubt that Kelsey's going to go for a quarterback that he's never played with other than a a Pro Bowl appearance here and there, a couple of plays. Someone he literally doesn't know, doesn't speak with, compared to a guy who he's been with for the past 2 seasons, a guy who he's been with the trenches with, a guy who he stuck up for. I'm guarantee you, the only reason why Jason Kelsey's coming back is for the fact that he's seen something special out of this team. He's seen something special out of Jalen Hurts. Now, as for that deal, as we talked to in the chat between me and Foothills, I totally turned that deal down. Too expensive. Yeah, we need to get rid of Cox. We need to get rid of some of these players. But again, you got to look at this. Seattle's not in the driver's seat because Russell Wilson doesn't want to be there. Let's get that straight. So they're in the position of they're going to try to show face and try to push him off as if we're not trying to get rid of him. But if we do, we're going to need this. You're not in the driver's seat. He doesn't want to be there. We all know that. We know for the past 2 seasons Wilson's done with this team. So that 2 first-round picks, out of the question. A first-rounder, maybe. But again, look at what we have on this team and look at what we're going to have to give up. We're risking our whole, next 3 years on Wilson compared to building on what we already have right now. For me, I say stick with Jalen Hurts, build around him, use all first 3-round picks. Don't waste them. Don't try to believe the hype. Russell Wilson is on a decline right now for me. He's already seen his peak. I don't think he's going to get any better. I don't think he's going to carry a team to the Super Bowl. If he did, then Seattle will be there, and they're not.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? You know what's really funny about that, man, is you sit up here and you say that, yes, that is what us normal people think. That is what us normal people say. You've heard us say that many, many times. But we are talking about fucking Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie. We're not talking as people with common sense like us. Okay, I was also fucking told, and this blew my mind, that the J.J. Arcega-Whiteside pick was picked by Jeffrey Lurie's son. Okay, what the fuck does that have anything to do with picking people? Why is he doing that? There is a lot of fucked up things that we do in this organization. So don't sit here for 1 minute and think, and we all know that Jeffrey and Howie both get very high on Russell Wilson. They always have been. So don't think for 1 minute that they're not going to sit there and be like, oh, you just want 2 firsts for Russ? Oh, shit. Pling, pling, it's gone.
Russell was an Andy guy. We all know Andy wanted Russell when he came out through the draft. He wasn't able to get him. We got Nick Foles instead. That was the consolation prize. But going forward, like I said, with Russ, it makes no sense for us. Again, it's too costly.
Well, we're not the ones calling the shots. That's the point. And it might not make sense, but that doesn't mean they're not going to do it.
But I want to address that because we all know for this season specifically, Howie Roseman has been under fire for his draft picks, specifically J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, as you mentioned earlier, and now we have Jalen Reagor. Those 2 wide receivers that we didn't get, and we all know about them, they've done spectacular. And Roseman has been under fire. Granted, we haven't heard how he get re-signed yet. We don't know what that contract is.
I already told you, Reagor's being shopped right now, and so is JJ.
But again, all that is speculation at the moment. All that remains to be seen.
Well,
like I said, I'll say this. If Jalen Reagor has played so horribly, and we've all seen it, what team is clamoring to get him? How much are they trying to give up for a Jalen Reagor, a 5th-round pick?
I only know so much, my guy.
But that's what I'm saying. You got to look at everything as a whole. It really doesn't make sense.
Bro, it's the NFL. Half the shit people do don't make sense.
True, but if everyone's trying to go for that Stafford deal, it's not a Stafford thing because we all know Tom Brady started that. Peyton Manning did that also when he went to the Broncos. If someone's trying to get, you have to have a team that's just one piece away. A lot of these teams are looking for these quarterbacks are not one piece away.
Oh.
I mean, Vic, did you see the video of Russell Wilson at the Pro Bowl signing the Eagles hat? That kid?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But again, you got to think about it too. Russell Wilson has to build up his name because he's the one that's generating this move. His team is generating this move. You got to build it up. What did T.O. do when he wanted to get traded? He was out there with the green pen. He was out there with the jersey. You got to generate buzz.
Yeah.
But it's got to be interesting to see, and I understand. Like I always want to think deep into it, so I always want to see like, man, Russell Wilson with an Eagles offensive line, Russell Wilson actually having a run game, because even though he played like crap last year, okay, he had no run game, no offensive line. I mean, then he had the injury that he was out for a few weeks. I mean, it was just a bad year. So, what Seattle's trying to figure out now is, are they going to rebuild, or there's going to be a offer worth enough to a blockbuster trade to where it's going to be worth it? So and I think adding a Jalen Hurts into the mix for that trade is perfect, because they get a quarterback that they already have tape on from the Eagles for a year and a half, and you know what, they could do whatever they want, really. I mean, it's not what I want to do. You know, I kind of want to, use all the resources we have into this whole entire roster, because you give away two first round picks for this year, for this draft, and then you're down to one pick, and then what are you going to do with that pick? Like, what if Jalen Hurts doesn't work out? Then you're down to not having another first round pick for 23, because if you keep Jalen Hurts, you trade back one of those picks, you get a first round pick for 23. This way, if Jalen Hurts doesn't work out, you have two first round picks, and if he does work out, then hey, you have an extra first round pick for another promising player to start. So.
But my only issue is, what other trade has ever been for two starting quarterbacks? What GM wants to be that fool that gave up a young quarterback for an old quarterback? It's not going to happen, fellas. It's all conjecture. It's all talk. I'm guaranteed.
Dude, are you shitting me? The Rams just fucking did it. They gave up Goff for fucking Stafford.
Right now, hold on, I'll say this. When there's always a quarterback that comes up, aren't the Eagles the first team they talk about? It's kind of cliche at the moment, isn't it?
I get that, but you got to realize something. The way that Howie's looking at it is, if he can go out there and he can get a Russell Wilson, if he can go out and get a Juju Smith-Schuster, and he can go out and get a Leonard Fournette and still keep Miles Sanders, and you have who knows what you get in the draft? Who knows? Maybe they grab a second wide receiver like a DJ Chark under Juju. So then, you also get rid of Rager and JJ in the meantime. So now you have Russell Wilson with Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith, Juju Smith, Quez Watkins, DJ Chark, or whoever you get in the draft. And then you also have Miles Sanders, Leonard Fournette. You have Kelce in the middle, Sayamalu and Mailata, and probably Dickerson at right guard, I'd presume at this point, and Johnson at your right tackle. Who the fuck is going to stop that? And that's the way they're looking at it. You know how they want a high-powered offense. That's what Jeffrey wants. And trust me, dude, nothing's going to stop them from getting it. I'm just telling you what I know from what I hear. And if it goes down that way, it's honestly not that bad. That's actually not a bad fucking offense if you truly think about it. That's quite dangerous.
So just a quick question, though. How are we paying for all that?
I don't care. I'm not the guy. Thankfully, I don't have to figure that shit out.
Yeah, but that's reading the tea leaves, my guy. That's reading the tea leaves.
Listen, dude, you don't think that they have done their homework all season long about this shit? You don't think Howie's known that he's wanted to do this for 8 fucking months and he figured it out? That's what he does. I agree, but I didn't like that one either. I didn't either.
Oh, yeah. I honestly think it's 8 months of no football, and someone got to bring up conversation. That's honestly what I think it is.
Here's what I don't get. What I don't get is this. So, Jalen Hurts is starting quarterback for 2021. He plays, and then by the end of the year, Howie Roseman is at the Kenny Pickett Sam Howell game. Weird how they just show him on TV. Like, they set that crap up on purpose, right? Then at the end of the year, after the loss to Tampa Bay, they have the end of the year press conference with Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman. They named Jalen Hurts starting quarterback, just like that. I mean, easy, like quick answer. Like with Howie Roseman, these press conferences, he's trying to hide more than he's trying to tell at the end of the day. So saying that Jalen Hurts is starting quarterback, is that a smokescreen? I don't know. And then he's at the Senior Bowl and he's following Malik. He's following that quarterback from Liberty all over the place. All over,
like a puppy, dude.
All over the place. So there's no doubt in my mind that Howie Roseman is sniffing out quarterbacks right now, whether it's the draft, and that's why most of these teams want to trade for a veteran quarterback, because these quarterbacks are horrible. Even the Senior Bowl game, that game was so bad. Every quarterback did not look good. So even if Howie Roseman, I fight with people on my channel all the time because, like, every time, like, I talk about another quarterback, they think I'm shitting on Hurts, and I'm not.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I'm not shitting on him. All I'm saying is that, like, by week 9 or 10 next year, if I see the same repetitive crap that I've been seeing, you don't need a statistic sheet for it. If he's still with the repetitive problems that Jalen Hurts has been having, still is making the same mistakes, you got to move on if that's the case. So I'm willing to, suffer for another year if that's the case, but still acquire assets around this roster that's going to make it better to where we get into 2023 and we could trade for a quarterback if we think that our defense is average. And I think our offense is way ahead of our defense, don't get me wrong, but then it comes down to quarterback with Jalen Hurts, then it comes down to the play calling. So I think Howie is definitely looking at quarterbacks. Even if he doesn't trade for one or he attempts to do or trade for one, nobody could say he didn't go for one. Nobody can say he didn't go for one. I know for a fact he's trying. He's trying to get something done. There's no doubt about it. No doubt. Even if it's just even if he's putting a deal on the table and it gets rejected, he still wants to change quarterback. He still wants to change quarterbacks, regardless.
Yeah. He's always looking to get that better guy, dude. He's always looking for. And trust me, I know we all see the upside in Jalen Hurts. But you're talking about fucking Russell Wilson, a guy he's licked his asshole over for the past 10 fucking years.
The one that got away. The one
that
got away.
You don't think for 1 minute, now that he has the opportunity to go get him, that man is not going to be the first guy knocking on that door, pleading them? Hell yes.
He should have that affinity for DJ Metcalf. He should have that affinity for my guy Justin Jefferson. You lost that quarterback because that wasn't a quarterback he wasn't really for. Again, you went for him in the 4th round. If he was that important, you should have made the move like Andy told you in the 3rd to pick him up, but he didn't do that.
We never said they did the right thing.
Right.
Oh, I know that, but that's what I'm saying. If you have that affinity, have the affinity for the real mistakes you made. Again, that mistake led us to a Super Bowl, so it is what it is. You can't go back on that one.
No, but that's what I'm saying. He's in the win now mode. He's in win now mode. He's not waiting around.
For this season, we're in a prime position to set ourselves up to win. That's what I'm trying to say. With these draft picks, of how young our team is, with the changing on the defense, because we're going to need to get that revamp. If that works out, who else to say? Again, we made a freaking playoff push this year. We didn't expect that much. Yeah. What's to say we don't progress on that one? And at that, we're setting our teams up, not just Jalen Hurts. That's only one part of it. We're talking about the whole team. We're setting the whole team up for the future. You make that move, you're going to take a step back.
Yeah, it's pressure. It's going to be pressure now to win now. You only have, does Russell Wilson have 3 to 4 years? I mean, that's all I could think of, maybe 3-4 years the most. I mean, he's not going to play over 40 years old. That's not happening. I'm sorry, but I don't think it's going to last. And another thing, we can talk about quarterback all we want, but when's the last time Howie made an aggressive trade, trade? When's the last time the Eagles traded a first-round pick to a team for a marquee name player?
Really? Not a player, but a pick.
Jason Peters is the last time they traded a first round?
Murray.
Oh, Murray. Okay. Okay.
Oh, but I think he might be a free agent, so I might be wrong on that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was a free
agent. And by the way, what did we give up for Maxwell? What did we get up for Maxwell? Wasn't that a first for Maxwell?
That was free agency.
Yeah.
That was a 6-year $100. That was 6 years
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is this, Howie doesn't like to give up anything more than a 4th-round pick besides the Golden Tate trade that made absolutely no sense. We treat him like a 3rd-down receiver regardless in that year. But we haven't I want to see him be aggressive. Like DeAndre Hopkins, that killed me. That killed me. Yeah. That trade, you gave away an old aging running back and a 2nd-round pick. That's all it costs. I want to see how if you're not going to trade for a quarterback, trade for a marquee name if that's the case. Because in free agency, I already believe that they're going to sign a safety to high money, whether it's Marcus Williams or Jabril Peppers. One of those two guys is going to be an Eagle. There's been a lot of reports on both of those guys, Marcus Williams especially. Mm-hmm. So I think one of those guys is going to get paid. Ronnie McLeod is done. He's been hurt too much. They got to move on unless they want to bring him back. It's just another presence next to a young guy that's getting paid. Anthony Harris was really nothing. I mean, came off last year, the Vikings defense was hurt a lot last year. Before 2020, Anthony Harris was getting paid $11 million on a franchise tag, and he led the whole league in interceptions. So, and he didn't really show up either. So, last year we only had like $3 million under the cap the first day of free agency. Like we knew that free agency last year wasn't going to be anything. I'm not saying that rebuild your team in free agency, because you really don't do that. Take it from the Giants that just spend money out their ass and give it to players that aren't producing, but they got to be smart with it. Like, not saying you have to spend all your cap or most of it, because you need like $10 million, a little over $10 million just for the draft in general. So if they're not going to go after a quarterback, they have to bring in some type of marquee name, whether it's wide receiver. Look, if it's the end of the day and they can get a DK Metcalf off of the Seahawks, if that's the case, for a first-round pick, I would do it in a freaking heartbeat. I would give them the 15th pick right now for DK Metcalf. I would give it right now. No questions asked.
Hey, that's what I said. You use all that capital. Don't trade Jalen Hurts. You want to get rid of Dillard and do all that, get rid of Rager. You can get DJ Metcalf, get a receiver. Hell, let's do something we haven't done before. Let's pick up a linebacker in free agency, and actually a good linebacker. They're not going to cost much this offseason. $3 million at most, $4 million. That's not much.
That's where I'm going to get really pissed, okay? Because this is the perfect draft, and you're in the perfect spot between 15, 16, and 19 to get a Nakobe Dean, Devin Lloyd, or Christian Harris. I swear to God, this is the perfect draft that you can't screw up to get a linebacker if that's the case. Like, I don't want to get a Von Miller that's testing free agency. I don't want to get a 32-year-old linebacker. Like, look, if they do it and they're not going after that's why I think they extended TJ Edwards another year into 2022, because I think they're not going for a linebacker. That's why, like, they extended him, because they're like, let's just get him here for another year. This way, we don't got to worry about linebacker. Because Davion Taylor, I thought, was a really good combination. Like, they kept 7 linebackers beginning of the season, and 2 running backs. We're like, why are they only keeping 2 running backs? They have 7 linebackers. Then Davion Taylor started playing really well next to TJ Edwards. Then he got hurt the offseason. He got hurt before the bye week. Singleton's just a backup linebacker at this point. He could serve you well with a nice role playing from him. And, this is the perfect draft for a linebacker. I'm dying. Like, I'm going to be so emotional. If they actually pick a linebacker in the first round, I will be in tears because of how surprised I'm going to be, as much as I was surprised about Devontae Smith getting picked last year. Okay. And when we traded back from 6 to 12, got the Miami's first round pick, then moved up 2 spots, gave away the 3rd round pick that we actually got in that Carson Wentz trade, and acquired Devontae Smith. So this is the perfect draft. If you want to get that guy, I'm telling you, you look at Micah Parsons. The Eagles passed on Micah Parsons. Not only, my self-evaluation of Micah Parsons, I thought he was just going to play linebacker and that was it. But they turn him into an edge rusher. They can line him up wherever he wants. He's a total beast. One of the best linebackers in the league as of right now. So as of right now, this is the perfect draft, man. The linebacker position is so needed right now, crazy.
Yep. And that's why I say, to get Russell Wilson, it makes no sense, because you have so many needs going on, especially with the defense. There's so much that you have to replenish. You can't go in and say, it would be great to have it. But the thing is, let's be honest. Do we all think Russell Wilson can carry a team to the Super Bowl? Is he still that good? Did he ever do it to begin with?
He could still play. He could still play. There's no doubt he can still play.
But did he ever carry a team to the Super Bowl?
No.
So how do we expect him to do that now? That's what I don't get. How do we expect him to do that now?
I think you're being a little too harsh on him. But...
Nah, because this is the thing, though. A lot of
this is the thing, man. We're talking about Russell Wilson, dude. All right, listen, I don't like the Seahawks, but I'm not going to sit here and downplay his play throughout the years as he's played for Seattle. Dude, half of the reason Seattle has even been in any conversation and in any playoffs in the last 7 years have been because of him. All right, I'm not going to bullshit. Russell Wilson is the reason that offense goes. If you take him out of that equation, that offense is shit. All right, no lie.
That defense though.
He hasn't had a defense since the Legion of fucking Boom.
Right. That's true.
All right, since then that team has been shit, and the only reason they've been relevant is because of Russell fucking Wilson. I'm not gonna lie. If you really want to go there, we'll go there.
You downplaying Lockett though.
No, I'm not downplaying anything. I'm saying the only reason, but he has to throw the fucking ball to him. And that's what I'm saying. Lockett has had really good years under Russ, but he has to get those balls to him where he can catch them. It's not like he's inaccurate. Russell Wilson is one of the most accurate passers in the game. You know, he can do things right now for this offense that Jalen Hurts, it might take him 3 years to develop, and that's fine. But if they're in the win now mode and Howie and them think that they can win next year, they're going to fucking do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, there's one thing in Russ's favor too, right? He doesn't really lose in Philadelphia, so you know he probably win a lot of home games.
The one move you don't want to happen is him going to Washington, because I'm telling you right now, if he goes to Washington, I mean,
New York's got 2 first-round picks. So do the Jets. I mean, the Giants and the Jets both have 2 first-round picks in the top 10, do they not? I believe
no one's talking about Denver either.
The Giants have already said that they're trying to build around Daniel Jones still. I mean, 1 more year left on his deal. It's stupid. It's dumb. I mean, I thought they hired a really good coaching staff. I think the coaching staff is amazing over there right now. So
yeah, their defensive coordinator is scary, actually.
Yeah, Brian DeBall and obviously the GM that they've worked together over the years, and it's Martindale's the new defense. Yeah, Martindale was from the Ravens, and he did good for a lot of years over there. So I don't want Russell to go to Washington. That's going to be really scary, because I think Washington's defense is, I'd say, average to a little bit above. Their offense is stacked with good receivers. Russell with that, offensive line is pretty good for Washington. I'm telling you, you give Russell Wilson to Washington, they're going to be dangerous next year. They're going to be dangerous next year. I'm not kidding.
Bro, Vic, imagine Russell Wilson behind this offensive line. He's never in his career had an offensive line like this. Ever. Dude, he'll be able to sit back there and dissect defenses easy. Like, there won't be running. Come on, dog. I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
I'm not a hater of Russell Wilson. I think he's a good quarterback, but he's a good quarterback for Seattle and what they have in the offense that they run. I can't see Russell Wilson with the Eagles and what we would put around him. Yes, the offensive line is better, but how is Devontae going to act with him? How is Watkins going to be with him? We don't know that. We know Russell.
Devontae Smith with Russell Wilson automatically becomes a 12 to 1400.
But we don't know that, because what's the biggest threat?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Did you not see him with Tyler Lockett? Have you not seen Tyler Lockett? Devontae Smith is way better. This kid would terrorize defenses with Russell Wilson. We're not going to lie.
I think he's a good quarterback. I don't know if he would carry us to the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying. We might get into the second round of the playoff, but that's where I'm saying we bottom out.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say, because I really want to see like what he could do with what we have now, especially adding more to it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he could lead us to a Super Bowl. I have no idea. Do I think he can still play? Definitely. But how far can he take us? It's still a question mark. But just behind this offensive line, having a run game and adding another receiver to this, and like whether it's like we talk about DJ Shark, or even getting Christian Kirk and putting him in the slot and having Quez on the outside, like 647 yards for Quez. I mean, God, he would have been a 1,000-yard receiver this year, probably more than that. I mean, I think Quez, I didn't know if Quez was going to be a legit number 2, but he looked really good. I mean, there were some passes that were god-awful, but Quez came back and aggressively caught some really bad, accurate thrown balls to him this year. I think the only really bad one that he dropped was, I forgot what game it was, the end of this first half when he missed that one in the end zone. It went right through his hands. But I'm telling you, man, like Devontae Smith needs help. Like we need to get these guys open. It's not enough. Like Hurts, I'm not off the Hurts train yet. I'm sticking in there for another year to just build this roster. But if Howie's going to trade for a quarterback, he's going to do it, and he's going to get. I telling you now, like he is trying. I feel like it's like that. I feel like it's going to happen. Like I feel like we're not going to have Jalen Hurts next year. Like that's what I'm thinking right now.
I'm really thinking that too. And that's the only reason I brought this whole thing up, dude, because I was sitting here and I was like, I was reading, and then, I heard the little birdie on my shoulder talking and how he was talking. And dude, it really made my mind turn. It really did, because it's like, dude, these guys are capable of anything. And with the ammunition that we have, we all knew it was just a gun ready to go off. We all knew it. Like, I'm not even going to lie, dude. I was even told that supposedly that Howie went down to Florida to meet with Houston people. They actually had a trade set for Deshaun Watson, and it was supposed to drop the Saturday right before the Super Bowl. They were supposed to announce it, and they pulled it back at the last minute.
I don't know who left that last comment, but that's all facts right there. You gotta look
I
at that
can't
too.
say that. I can't say that. And
That
it's not
contract is not
35 million. It's
It's
not 35. He's only costing you 17 million this year.
When's his contract up?
Huh?
When's his contract up?
Oh hell, I don't know.
Well, that,
Two,
that's
3 years.
that-
Two,
those-
3 years left, I think. I don't know. 2, 3 years.
Yeah, like Garoppolo's going to cost you 26 this year. He's going to cost you 26 plus a new contract after the 2022 season. So like, and I didn't like the way Garoppolo played in those playoff games. Like, I don't know, they beat the Cowboys, which I was fine with. I didn't care how bad, how good they play, as long as they get beat. I don't care. But when they faced the Rams, he was, I don't know, his throws. I mean, he's lucky he's got Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel, Elijah Mitchell back there, because I'm telling you right now, like, without them, I don't know what the hell he'd be doing in that offense. If he faces adversity with some injuries or whatnot, he was getting tackled to the ground, trying to pulling a Carson Wentz, trying to throw the ball somewhere when he's getting tackled. He threw these fade passes to the sideline. I don't know how many could have been 4 or 5 picks in that game if someone got up to that ball. It would have been a few pick sixes. He threw some really questionable throws in that game. Even like, just to say something stupid as this is, okay? Like Gardner Minshew came in to face the Jets, okay? As much as the Jets are friggin' horrible, and they always will be, okay, and never beat the Eagles ever in franchise history, okay, the whole offense looks so different. Like, just with a passing quarterback, it just looked did they do like a read option here and there, like once in a blue moon? But no, they put him in shotgun. He gets the ball, and that was it. I'm not really big Gardner Minshew. I'm not really big on it. I'm just saying as an example of how, when you have Jalen Hurts in your offense, you only have a available skill set, an available amount of plays you could give him that helps his skill set, because having this ankle injury is even worse on top of it. If you want to think about trading for a quarterback, having this ankle injury is worse than before now, because now he's missing all the time before OTAs. He's missing getting together with the receivers, doing all his offseason work, always seeing him work out and all that stuff like that, all that good stuff. They're like seeing. We're not going to see any of that. So he's going to be ready by OTAs. And, now he's missed more time. And I'm telling you right now, they keep Jalen Hurts. They better play the crap out of him in preseason. None of this, we're going to be cautious. We're down to 3 preseason games now, not 4. They got to play him as much as possible. They can't rest guys for 3 or 4 weeks. They can't do it. We look slow. I mean, we're going to look slow. The Falcons game, it was a little scary because I didn't know what was going to happen. It turned out pretty good. But, it was it's just interesting. You know what I mean? So I don't know what they're going to do. I don't. That ankle injury is going to be a big fact. The ankle injury is a big factor, probably into this as well, because he's not going to be ready by OTAs, and he's missing a lot of offseason work. So
it is definitely going to be a factor. It's going to be.
God damn! I say one thing and everything goes chaos, and people want to come and kill me now. Jesus Christ.
I think in reference to the injury, for OTAs, it's OTAs. You're going through it. Training camp's another thing. And if you're missing time through that, we've seen before when a quarterback missed training camp, missed a couple of weeks, and started, and Carson Wentz had a decent season. It's not like it hasn't been done. He knows the offense, but the thing is just what they're installing for this season. What they put in new. That's all he's really going to go through in OTAs.
Yeah, but he's missing the time right now to work on his mechanics, to work on his
That's what he's going to have to be doing in the offense.
Accurate. Oh, that's exactly what you do during the offseason.
That doesn't start in OTAs.
Rehab.
Yeah, but that doesn't start in OTAs. You're doing that throughout all season. Once you're in OTAs, that's when you're a finished product. Then you work off a little bit more for training it.
That's my point. He's going to be set back because he's in rehab right now. He's not out there working on his mechanics. He's not out there working on his throwing motion. He's stuck in rehab. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to be set back. He's not going to have that time that he should be. Like right now, he could be out there doing it, but he's not. you know, that puts a little drawback to him developing. You know,
Well, what was does anyone know the timetable on the rehab for him?
I don't Google this shit. Seriously.
What's going on, Birdman?
What is up, my brothers? What is up? The
Birdman.
Birdman
Has
is
landed.
working the day shift, and I am on the night shift, so I'm excited for that. So I'll be joining all you crazy mothers out there and doing that great content out there. Big shout out to Joey. I appreciate you because I'm super behind in the draft. I appreciate you letting us know about all these goddamn players that we may or may not get.
Right.
Shout out to West, Nest Out West, Big Three, and AK. You know what it is.
Yes, sir.
But
Much
I
love,
must say, I love what I'm hearing from my brother AK, backing me up with a Russell Wilson. And
Let's
yes,
get it.
it is time, guys. It is time for a change. I have seen enough of Jalen Hurts. I'm tired of trying to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. It is time for a change. And I know how he smells what the Rock is cooking. I know he has something up his sleeve because he wants to win now. And you know what Howie's about. So I'm not too excited for the draft because I know he's gonna do something dumb like not get a linebacker. He's gonna get something else, maybe a corner. No hating on the guys that are coming up, but I just kind of know what Howie's gonna do. But in order for Russell Wilson to work, he's also got to do a little bit of more homework because Russ is going to need a veteran receiver. Goddard's going to have to step it up. And we need a running back that's going to be there on all third down back. You know, like none of this merry-go-round bullshit. And the
AKA Leonard Fournette.
the Miles Sanders, you know, yeah, if you do something like
spending
and
money.
Miles, he can stay, but
That's what we do. It's the NFL. You spend fucking money. You don't sit on it.
Yeah, I gotta read the tea leaves.
Vic. I mean, if I take you to Vegas, man, you playing with some scared money, man. You gotta
I
take
gamble, my guy. See,
Vic.
listen,
Come
I'm the
on,
most practical person up here. I don't gamble. Listen, I don't even play the odds. Again, you gotta
You
study
gambling
everything.
right
Look
now
about.
with Jalen Hurts. You gambling right
Listen,
now.
you know what? I'm not, because guess what? Even if we'll say Russell Wilson makes 17 million, he's making 16 million in Jalen Hurts, a million more. Then you got to talk about, like I said before, the draft picks you're losing out on. Then you got to talk about the stunning on your team. So you're going to take them back 3 seasons. Those 3 seasons that you so happen to have Russell Wilson for. So that whole time you're going to spend all that capital, all that money on him for what? What you going to do with it?
But look,
Listen, if you got the keys to the Ferrari, you better make damn sure you know how to drive that car.
oh, Russ can drive that car. Hey, and let me tell you right this: if he doesn't get something like that, and he settles for a Jimmy G, I feel it's kind of like a Sam Bradford deal. And I'm not down to do a Sam Bradford deal because you know what happened when Sam Bradford came here, you know, aka Sammy Sleeves. It was hell, bro. It was hell. That was a tough season to watch. And I feel like if he goes, I didn't get Russell, he wants to stay or whatever. Well, there's Jimmy G. He's sitting right there. He went to the playoffs. You know, he almost
I
made it.
don't want Kevin Collins 2.0.
Hold on, though, real quick. Joey's got to leave in a minute, so I wanted to ask Joey something real quick before he does, because he only had time for an hour tonight. But we all really appreciate you coming on with us tonight, Joey. Thank you so much. But being that the Sixers recently acquired James Harden, do you think that makes them a championship contender now?
Oh, instantly. Oh, yeah. Beyond, bro. Like, I love the trade. I think really the only thing about the trade I didn't like, obviously you have to give up Curry. They need a shooter. Obviously, they need something. Yeah. But Drummond's probably the one where I kind of was like a little hectic over because you're missing your rebound guy on the court. And that's, you know, I see what these other guys could do, but that's probably the only reason I didn't like it. But I'm fine with it. I'm good with it. I can't wait for Harden to play. Was he playing Tuesday? He's playing.
I think so. Everything goes well. Yeah, it sounds like he's going to play Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I definitely think Sixers won that trade, though. I think they did. Definitely.
Well, I guess I'll be seeing Sixers games next year.
We'll definitely see.
I lost a bet, man. I made a bet with Mitch. This was before the trade even happened, honestly. It was like 2 days before we made a bet. I said, because I'm a Bulls fan. And he was talking mad crap. So I was like, you know what? I was like, we're saving our wins for the playoffs. And I was like, I'll make you a bet. If you make it further than us in the playoffs, I was like, I'll become a 76ers fan next year. And I have no reason not to, because, my player has been out for like 20 years. So I don't mind joining the crew. But then you guys traded for Harden. I was like, shit. It finally hit me.
I just want the whole Eastern Conference to know, here they come. I'm telling you.
Well, I think what's going to be interesting too is now you have Harden, so a lot's going to open up for Maxey. I mean, a lot's going to open up for Tobias and Maxey. I mean, Maxey's playing great. I mean, he's gotten so much better. And who are you going to double team? That's going to be what are you going to? I mean, it's crazy. Like Embiid gets the ball and he has 3 guys on him. I mean, it's crazy.
All I know is if my team is healthy in the playoffs and we somehow end up playing each other, that is going to be a great game to watch. The Bulls.
It'll be a good matchup.
It'll be a very good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will definitely. The Sixers. The Sixers are definitely going all in with this trade because, I think this is going to be the last stop for James Harden for the most part. Unless they have a huge amount of success and everything clicks, it's going to be interesting to watch. That's for sure. But
well, his option too, the Harden option's a whole big deal too now because he hasn't signed that deal yet. So like he can opt out of being with the Sixers for another year. I mean, he could just leave after this year. So we'll see what happens. But that's another issue they're going to have. It seems like Harden really wants to be here. He's been trying to be here to get here since last year. But since he went from Houston to Brooklyn, I mean, really, at the end of the day, like he really had no say. And it seems like the front office for both teams didn't really consider it his had no consideration for his decision where he wanted to go. So
yeah. I mean I think both teams are going to benefit from the trade myself. I think Simmons is going to fit in well once Kyrie and KD are back. He's going to have a lot of shooters to get the ball to and to be able to play off the ball with. So I think Simmons is going to work out well in Brooklyn. I think they both are. I think it's going to be a win-win for both teams. And it'll be very interesting if they meet in the playoffs. There's going to be some fireworks if that happens.
Even the game yesterday, I mean, with 40-something points, I mean, it was like, Celtics just kept scoring. They couldn't stop them from scoring. And plus they have the second best defense in the league. So, I mean,
Speaking of that game, did you know that the Celtics did something first time in modern NBA history last night?
What?
They hit 25 3-pointers, right? They were the first team ever to make more 3-pointers than the other team made total baskets. The Sixers only hit 23 baskets last night. That's the first time since they installed the 3-point line in modern day NBA history that's happened. That's crazy.
I mean, I could tell they were making every shot.
I know. Well, I think they shot 45. They made 25 of 45 3-pointers last night.
Christ.
Doc Rivers needs to step up his game too because now we have a superstar. Granted, we don't have a full team around him because we lost some key role players, Drummond and Curry. But again, you can't keep on giving this man excuses. He has to step it up. And last night was atrocious. Like that can't happen again.
Yeah, I think that's just one of those nights when the ball just doesn't go in, and then that kind of snowballs. Then the defense. And they take.
Man, I'm surprised Jordy isn't in here talking his shit right now.
Probably busy doing something. He's probably busy watching.
It's all about adjustments, just like the Eagles can't make adjustments after every fucking half. So, or that's their second half team, and that's what pissed me off this past year too. Like I feel like Gannon ran his basic defense on purpose every single game. Respected, 6 to 8 quarterbacks over 80% completion percentage. Just respecting stupid quarterbacks, like quarterbacks you should be blitzing every damn play. And It's just crazy. Defensive line needs a lot of work because really at the end of the day, our secondary was the strong suit of our defense. The total opposite of what we needed for years. And then Jim Schwartz is gone. Now we have no pass rush, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, before you go, let me ask you a quick question.
Hmm.
We talked about the draft earlier. What would you think would be your first 3 moves? How are you going? Again, depending on how the draft works out. But what are your priorities in the draft, especially in that first round?
Oh man, like there's a bunch of combinations. Like if we were to like trade up in the top 10 for Kyle Hamilton, I would do it. If he gets like from 8 to 10, I would do it. I really want one of these edge rushers. So now Aiden Hutchinson's going to be probably going to go to Detroit or Jacksonville at this point. So like Kayvon Thibodeau from Oregon is probably my number 1 guy in this draft, next edge rusher. And then I have Ojabo after that, then George Karlaftis. And Jermaine Johnson. But Thibodeau is probably the one guy I want really badly. God, I mean, there's so much they could do. Like, depending on what Steven Nelson walks in free agency, if he commands more money and the Eagles re-sign him, that's going to make a huge difference to what we're going to do. I mean, free agency will kind of tell us what they're going to do. I mean, somewhat. I mean, not entirely, but at this point, like, even if Kelsey's coming back, okay, I wouldn't even mind them drafting Tyler Linderbaum, the center. I at this point, like, I couldn't even hate it because if Kelsey's only going to be here one more year and Tyler Linderbaum comes right in, I don't know. I mean, he's the best center in the draft, and I understand like there might be some fans that want to move Dickerson back to center, but I really want to leave. I really want to leave him on that left side with Mulata. I really do. Like it's the left side is becoming stronger, and plus, Lane Johnson's getting older now. Samala was hurt all year, and I'm not really big on his pass protection, but his run blocking's pretty good. So there's a lot of pieces.
Are we certain that Driscoll is Lane Johnson's replacement? I'm not certain on that. He's had injury issues. When he's been on the field, he's played pretty good, but that's the thing. He's got to be out on the field.
Driscoll's solid at right guard, but I don't think he's the guy. Like I like Herbig because he can play left and right guard. He's better at right guard, so you have a nice, balance there. If Dillard gets traded, obviously you have LaRaven Clark. He can play left tackle, right guard, and right tackle. So he can move around, but it's another guy that we picked him up coming off an ACL, and then he got hurt again this year. So I mean, I think there is some good depth. Even Dillard, I think there'll be some. I think, there's been rumors about a trade with Dillard, and I think it makes sense because when Jordan Mailata was out for a couple games, Dillard got in there and didn't play great, didn't play bad. He played pretty solid for a couple games. Like, I was actually kind of surprised, even though I think the Eagles did him dirty in that draft because they had Jason Peters here. They pretty much redshirted him the first year he was here. And it was very unfair for a first-round pick to be picked in that draft and not start. They threw him in for 3 games, 1 game at right tackle, blew his confidence out of the water. And he really hasn't been the same ever since. I think when he plays consistent consecutive games, he gets better. But when you're thrown in there 1 game once in a while, you're going to be thrown off. Like there's no work. You're practicing and that's it. So, I think they'll definitely draft another. If it's not Tyler Linderbaum in the first round, if they don't go after that, I think they draft someone else, maybe 3rd round or something like that, because obviously we're staying away from quarterbacks in this draft, unless it's like if they deal Jalen Hurts, they want to draft maybe a Carson Strong in the 3rd round. I'm fine with that if they want to do that, but I don't want to waste I don't want to waste on a pick on a quarterback in the first. Obviously, if you pick one in the first, you're going to want him to start. And the 2nd round, I do not want to waste another 2nd round pick. I don't want to do it. Or I want a guaranteed 2nd round pick, because obviously with the Land Dickerson pick last year, we were kind of like, if this works out, this draft could be like turned from a B+ to an A- pretty easily. But, missing out on JOK, missing out on Asante Samuel Jr. in the 2nd round, that was a big hit. I mean, because we didn't draft a corner. We were empty. We signed Steven Nelson later on, but we need a homegrown talent that's going to play 10+ years here at that position. So there's a lot of different, like Vic said, like there's a lot of different combinations that can go in this draft. I think hopefully we get through free agency for a few weeks. We see what we have, and then we can kind of see like where this is all going into the draft and what the pick is going to be. And if we'll even have 3 first-round picks by the draft time, that's going to be another question because of the quarterback position now. So, it's exciting. It's a lot of rumors. It's a lot of speculation, and I'm here for it. So it's going to be nuts.
Yeah. And one more thing before you go, what was your thoughts on the Super Bowl, and do you think the right person won the MVP?
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, yeah, no, I like the game like it was. I think the one on Ramsey when his helmet was twisted. I mean, I don't know how they missed it. They missed that call. I liked it. I mean, I really want the Bengals. I want the Bengals to win badly, just because like no Super Bowl. They haven't been to the playoff. They haven't been relevant since the '80s, really. Joe Burrow's going to be dangerous. And I think what's really affected him is that offensive line. When they drafted Jamar Chase, I was like, that's the pick they wanted, but they had, the guy that went to Detroit. I forgot his name. The guy that went to Detroit. So I thought that was going to be their pick. Now they have to add offensive linemen to protect Joe Burrow. You got to protect him. He had an ACL already. You know what I mean? You want to protect. He's going to be dangerous. He's going to be really, really good. Unfortunately, Matthew Stafford, he's just got a lot of weapons. Cooper Kupp is just an all-around receiver. Leads the league in a bunch of categories. I was fine with the MVP. It is what it is. You know what I mean? The guy that saves your game and has been producing all year and produced very well in the Super Bowl. So it was one Super Bowl I could sit there and be like, I want both teams to win. I actually want Matt Stafford to win his first ring, and I'm proud of him, to be honest, because all the shit he went through in Detroit, obviously after Megatron left, that team really kind of fell apart. They really weren't relevant at all.
Yeah.
And obviously, no first-round pick for the Rams till 2024, so they really went all in, and they spent as many picks.
Yeah, they were like,
how do they have all this money?
Yeah, they were like the guy in James Bond. I mean, they put the chips in the middle. They were putting the car, they're putting the the expensive car on the line, like in Casino Royale, and it worked out for them. But did you hear the NFL's excuse for the reason why Aaron Donald didn't win the MVP for the Super Bowl? They said that they have to have the last 2 minutes in order to count 15 votes. And that to me is just ridiculous, because you only have to get to 9, right? So you don't even have to count to 15. One person gets to 9, you're done counting. That's the majority. So that's a dumb excuse, and that's got to change, because I mean, there's a great argument to say that Aaron Donald should have been the MVP because he made those last 2 plays by himself. I mean,
they said Aaron Donald was offside on that play, so maybe not.
He did make those last 2 plays, but I'll say this: after Odell Beckham got hurt, Kupp was the focus of that offense. Kupp won them that game. It's great that Donald made those last 2 plays, but they would have never been there had it been for Kupp.
Yeah,
true.
And here's
the Super Bowl. The last 2 minutes got to count. I mean, period.
Yeah, before I leave, look what the Bengals have done the past 3 years. Okay, the past few years, even getting Joe Mixon, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and then draft. I feel like they got their pieces around and then got their quarterback at the right moment, and then just drafted another piece the year after in Jamar Chase. They completed themselves. Every one of those players is young, hungry, got playoff and Super Bowl experience now. That's a build. That's a really good build of a football team right there. Perfect. And that's why I'm saying, keeping Jalen Hurts next year. I understand, Birdman's going to look at me through his glasses with red eyes being evil. But all I'm going to say is this. You got 2 choices here. It's either you get Russell Wilson and you the pressure's on now. You trade for Russell Wilson. You're down some draft capital. You got to make sure your offense is scoring all your points, and you got to make sure your defense is average. And you better hope that Jonathan Gannon, if he is back, which I don't know how he had 3 interviews, but if he comes back, that this defense is going to be average or above all that. Because if you do the opposite of that, you keep Jalen Hurts, you build this roster up, you trade away one of your first-round picks, you get a first-round pick for 23. This way you got 2 first-round picks in 2023. Then if Jalen Hurts doesn't work out, because honestly, the patience level of me and Jalen Hurts is not well right now. So by week 8 or 9, if I see the same repetitive bullshit that I've been seeing, we don't need a stat sheet, a statistic sheet for it, okay? We see the same crap, okay? Then you trade for a quarterback in Bryce Young or whoever the hell you want to go for in the 23 draft. Does it suck? Yeah, but at the same time,
and Joey,
yeah,
one thing that the Bengals did is they took a chance on a bad character guy, which was Mixon, and nobody
True.
was talking about what Mixon did. He was in the Super Bowl. Nobody remembers what he did.
Yeah, he
So
had. Yeah,
that proves you do have to take a chance on a bad character guy, because if he does good and gets you in the bowl, things wash away.
he had the what issues? He had the
He hit that.
He hit his wife, or I don't know what happened. He hit some girl.
He had
I
issues
don't
in
know.
college, but I don't think that was anything serious with marijuana and stuff like
Yeah,
that. That was
yeah.
something. But the one thing everyone's forgetting that the Bengals did was they took a chance on Chase, not on the fact that his character or the player is, the fact that they needed offensive line, and they totally ignored it. One of the reasons why they lost the game. But also, because of that choice, is one of the reasons why they got to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
So again, it's something that we got to take a look at, because for the Eagles, especially with Howard Roseman, his playbook, his draft playbook comes from Andy Reid. You build up the line, you go from there. But sometimes you got to look outside the box. And again, one of the things that's saying that we all discussed, linebacker. That's been a focus of him to ignore that. This year should be a main focus. We need to, because again, our weakest part of our defense is our linebacker. Our linebacker core is baby soft. Again, when they're coming to run this ball, they're running the ball because they know that at the second level, there's no one there to stop them. They're automatically free to hit the third level.
And the Bengals are in the position because they drafted that quarterback. That's why it was a quarterback. That's the reason why the Bengals.
Well, also you got to give it up. They were smart. Got Trey Henderson. Had a great season. They built that defense up. They did it the right way.
Yeah, but you also have to realize something too. Howie also won a Super Bowl with a mediocre linebacker core.
Yeah, but we're talking about the Bengals. Again, the only team that doesn't have an indoor facility.
I know, but I'm saying, though, if we're talking the Howie aspect as well, I mean, he did it with a mediocre linebacking core. So I'm sure he's not as high on it as we all are. I mean, granted, we all want a linebacker. We all think we deserve one, and we do. You know, our last one was Jeremiah Trotter, and that was a long fucking time ago. Yeah. You know, but he doesn't value it anymore. And as highly as we want one, realistically, when you look at Howie, dude, it's not going to happen because he doesn't care about the linebacking core. He knows he can squeak by if he only fixes certain areas of the defense, which fills that gap of being weak in certain areas. You know,
he's dipped in the third round for a Jordan Hicks. So, you know, he's had experience in it before. Hopefully he does that this season.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Joey. Yeah.
All right.
We appreciate you.
Thank you for coming through, my guy. Yeah, man.
Shout out to Philly Fresh, though. He sent me some merch like a month ago.
Yo.
Yeah, man. Get that merch, man. That hoodies is fire.
Shout out to him. But yo, guys, I appreciate you guys bringing me on. It's been we've been talking about it. It's just been with scheduling and just everything. It's the off season's more busy for me than the regular season. It sounds weird, but you know what I mean. But it's my bread and butter.
So much rumors and so much to talk about.
Yeah, I know.
Everything's already set during the season. Off season, everything's out of place.
Wheels are moving. Yep.
So we'll get together again soon. Like once we get to like free agency, we'll do another stream by that time, and we'll do that. All right, guys.
Definitely.
All right.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, man. See you guys later.
Yep. Later.
Hey, Foothills, I got a bone to pick with you, brother.
Shout out to Joeyshakes72 once again. Thank you for being here, Joey. We really appreciate it. Love and appreciate that guy. Like I said, he's one of the premier content creators in the game right now. One of the best in the biz. So appreciate him coming on and swimming with the small fish for an evening. But what's going on, Birdman? What's your bone?
All right, Papa Sora, I'm coming for you too, brother. I see you always hating on Twitter with Russ, man. I'm coming for you, Papa. All right.
He's keeping receipts.
Nest Out West. I just looked at a tweet 22 hours ago. You said this is horse shit. Let the Commander sign Jimmy G. Going from Hurts to Jimmy G is a complete downgrade, in my opinion. We know Jimmy's ceiling, but Hurts is still a work in progress. Let me tell you something, brother. Brother. If Jimmy G goes to those Commodores over there, I don't know those commies over there.
There we go, the commies. That
is big trouble for the Philadelphia Eagles because
No,
Jalen Hurts stinks in this division. He stinks, brother. He couldn't beat them with 17 COVID-ratted players. With, I don't know, you got all these backup quarterbacks, and Hurts struggled, brother. And you know those are the facts. He ain't beating Jimmy G. He ain't beating Dak Prescott. And he ain't going to beat freaking Danny Pennies and Danny Foodset. He hasn't even beat that punk. So hold your horses.
You think you really think that you're really sitting here telling me that you think that Jalen Hurts' possible ceiling could not be way higher than Jimmy G's? We've already seen Jimmy G's been in the league for years. Teams win. Okay,
6-2 in the playoffs.
Jimmy would be, but Jimmy would be literally taking.
Dak Prescott has won one game.
Jimmy won because of Debo. Jimmy won because of that defense. That defense ain't even good. And yeah, the defensive line is dominant at times in Washington, but he would be taking a step back as far as organization-wise, as far as defensive coordinator-wise,
Jalen Hurts
offensive coordinator-wise.
Listen. Birdman, I've kind of seen the light come through a little of the clouds on the Russ thing. Okay, to a point, you got me there, but I'm not. You're not selling me on the Jimmy G. There's no fucking way. Like I'm sorry, bro, but
are you saying Jimmy G to the Eagles?
Listen, I'm hoping Jimmy G goes to the Redskins.
Jimmy G goes to the commies. We are done. Jalen Hurts is beating Jimmy G. I'm sorry.
No.
He can't even beat Daniel Jones. And I hate Daniel Jones.
Please bring Jimmy G today. Please bring him to our division.
Hey, you know what's funnier? I just saw something on the news. I just saw something on Google here, and it said that the Commanders were wanting
Commodores.
the commies want Carson Wentz.
I hope too.
Let the commies get Carson Wentz. I would love to destroy this guy twice a year.
That doesn't scare me.
Please.
You're gonna get they'll get a quarterback that doesn't throw the ball, or a quarterback that constantly throws interceptions on his back foot.
Right.
It's a win-win for us. I want nothing to do with Jimmy G. Let whatever team take him, make that move.
You guys realize that Jimmy G was one interception away from being in the Super Bowl, right? He threw that interception. They are going to the Super Bowl. It's that easy.
But guess what? His ceiling is getting traded for that second-round pick from New England to San Francisco. That was his ceiling. That's it. Everything's to Jimmy G. Downhill.
6-2, Vic. 6-2.
But is Kyle Shanahan going with him too? You get to trade him too? You don't get to trade him. The deal's over.
Rivera's a good coach. Rivera's a good coach.
Who?
Rivera.
No, we're talking about Rivera's a good coach, but we're talking about the offense. So who's going to run that offense?
I don't know who's their OC right now.
And that's right. That's why Jimmy G is the perfect fit for them.
You just heard Jake say, if Russell Wilson goes to the Washington Commodores, we're cooked. So,
for sure.
Even that, I would welcome that. I don't even care. I would welcome that.
Stop that hate on Russell, dude. We're cooked.
I'm not stopping hate on Russell because, again, you look at the whole team who's setting up.
Or the Commandos, we are done. We are not.
They will be lucky.
Done.
They will be lucky to be.
We're back in the
best
base
team in the league in the division. The Commanders get Jimmy G. They'll be lucky to be the.
No. He said Russ. He said Russ.
The one thing I'll say, because a lot of people might say I'm hating on Russ, but you know what? For me, the best situation for us would be Cleveland. Right there. That's a team where I can say one piece missing, needs a great quarterback. Baker Mayfield will do it with that run game. Yeah, they lost a good receiver, no doubt, but again, they still have Hooper. They still got their other guy over here, wide receiver. I'm forgetting right now. It was Odell Beckham's teammate. They still got decent.
You don't want none of this smoke. What are you doing there, Mitch? Are you ready for this, Mitch? Because I heard you hating on my boy Russell.
I
heard you, man. I'm coming for you too.
Shout out.
What did I say? I said if we get the right trade, I want Russell Wilson if it's the right trade.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Shout out to Birds and Bros. What's going on, guys? Appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, all Washington is missing is a QB. Exactly. No,
Same with Denver.
Yeah, I mean, they could use an upgrade at running back, possibly. Maybe beef up that offensive line. But yeah, I
Hey,
mean,
shout out to my guy George Carmi, a Redskins fan. Former Sports Illustrated writer. I seen him before. He's good with Wentz and he's good with Garoppolo. I told him I am perfectly fine with that.
There's a commie in here. Where?
No. I don't know if he's in the chat. He might
Hey,
be. I don't
Papa,
know.
can you stop with that defense wins champion? What defense? We had one of the best defenses. They didn't win nothing.
Hey, Brandon Graham, if it wasn't for his strip sack.
hey,
I gotta say.
come on. Aaron
I don't
Donald.
know, but that wasn't our best defense, though. That was not.
That was not our best defense. Our best defenses were Dawkins, Trotter.
There you go. There
Brown,
you go.
Shepard,
There you go.
Vincent, and we had
Yep.
Trent Cole. We
I
had
would argue,
Spikes.
You could even go back to Reggie White days with Eric Allen and all those guys. Simmons.
We had
wanna
the
hear
best
something funny?
wide receiver in the game, and we still lost.
You want to hear
Big
something
Matt.
funny? On First Take today, they were talking about if Aaron Donald was one of the best defensive players of all time, and
Yeah.
there were naming players. They did not even name Reggie White. I was about to lose it. I'm like, are you
Skip-
freaking serious? How
Skip
do you not
Bayless
mention Reggie
Brad.
White?
No, Papa, are you shitting me, man? What dream are you living with this defense thing? Especially when it comes to the Eagles. Eagles defense have not won a championship yet. That is just all defense. And our defense was garbo in the Super Bowl until the end. We let Tom Brady do pretty much whatever he wanted.
And I got scared when Tom Brady threw that Hail Mary at the end. Whenever I watch it, I still get scared.
I mean, I definitely I closed my eyes. I was that scared.
I was like,
You
so
ain't
mad.
lying, man. We gave up like 500 some yards that game. That was
Right.
That's a lot of fucking yards. Like,
Yeah. That was just so many yards.
New England's defense
That was
gave up a lot.
horrible, dude.
New England's defense gave up a lot to the Bulls too. So
exactly.
It was the
I
highest
mean,
scoring
it
game
was
ever
a
in the
vet,
Super Bowl.
it was who had the ball last and who was lucky. That's what that game came down to because no one could stop each other's offenses. It was a very, very high-powered offense.
Versus Tom Brady, pretty much.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's
It was
what it was.
Patriots.
And Nick had God on his side that day. And I'll tell you what, man, it was beautiful to watch. But I ain't gonna lie, yeah, man, my butthole was definitely puckered during that Hail Mary.
That Hail Mary.
They threw it up the grump.
Vic and all that. What makes you guys think, or not just necessarily you guys, but what makes us think as Eagles fans that Howie freaking Smithers is gonna be like, hey guys, I just got it. Let's build a great linebacker room and all that stuff, and let's build around a freaking Jalen Hurts. It's just I don't see it, guys. That's why I'm more pushing for a quarterback because I don't see Smithers making the right moves. I just don't. I see he goes like even Shakes was saying maybe a center. Like, dude, that's not. I'm not gonna go like, oh God, oh Jesus, we got another center. Lord, oh God. I'm not
What,
gonna.
Linderbaum, whatever his name is?
Well,
Yeah.
man, I'll answer that for you. For the fact that he traded for Carson Wentz, knew he had a franchise quarterback, and knew smart enough it was time to give up. Normally, and we all know Howie, he likes to hold on. He likes to let players linger. He didn't do that. He made a move for Jalen Hurts because he's seen something. Now, for him to revert back on that only after 1 year makes no sense.
I just really hope we
Jalen
get
Hurts, Vic,
I just hope we get a
Jalen Hurts
clear
is
pass
a
rush.
second round pick, dude. That's always ever.
Russell Wilson is a third round pick. What are we talking about here?
Quarterback. He's already hit his ceiling. Everybody and their mama
don't know that.
That's premature there. That is very premature to say he hit his ceiling.
In one
We're
talking about his first full
he's already
season,
in a
sir.
freaking wheelchair. You're gonna teach my man to freaking read defenses and throw better and this and that and stay in the pocket and this and that. You think that if you bring Devontae Adams, he's actually gonna see that guy? Just look at all the tape. He barely beat bad teams. If we
Hey,
didn't
Joe
have
Burrow
nice
ended the season last year in a wheelchair, and he was in the
10
Super Bowl this
rushing
year.
touchdowns. His touchdowns are 16 touchdowns or whatever. That's Russell Wilson's bad year and missing games. That's average Joe, dude. There's no way you're bringing
That's a
Mr.
kid in his
Russ.
second season, and that's a kid in his
All
first
these
full
guys.
year as a quarterback. Again, you're
What's
being
that?
too harsh on someone who's only had his first whole full season. What's going to
Vic,
happen
they
next year?
said
Hold on. Let me ask you a
give him
question.
the off season. They said
let me
give
ask you
him
this
the off
question.
season. Give him the season. I gave him that. It
Hold on,
wasn't.
but let me
good
ask you this
enough.
question. If
It
this
wasn't
comes
good
out where Jalen Hurts performs better, gets us further in the playoffs, what are you going to say?
I'll buy you Jalen Hurts. What, you want a ring? You want a
I don't
Jalen
want a
Hurts?
jersey. I just want to know what you're going to say about it.
I'll be on this channel, and you guys can roast me. It'll be a Birdman roast starring Vic 3.
Oh, believe me, you
And if
know me. I
I'm
pop
right, brother,
champagne.
if
I
I'm
pop
right,
champagne
brother,
on
I'm
Cowboys.
roasting all of you haters. Oh, you guys are going to get cooked. The Birdman will show his wrath, and Vic, you will be the star.
Oh, you know me. Like I said, I put Philly Mike to task. Me to put $100 on the line. Where's
You're still talking about that
Barnett?
thing you did with Philly Mike.
Listen, man, listen. I'm not gonna lie though, bro. I know exactly what he's talking about when it comes to Russell, and like I said earlier, we know what this guy means to both Howie and Jeffrey. You know, if they do it, it would not shock the shit out of me at all. It really would. It would. And I'm telling you, I understand. I love Jalen Hurts as well. I am not a Jalen Hurts hater. This has nothing to do about Jalen Hurts. You know, if it was up to me, man, yes, he will be my starter next season. I want to see that. You know, if we're smart, like I hope we are, and I hope we're learning some lessons through some really bad times, that we will get it right. But nothing right now is showing me that if he can't pull Russell Wilson, and especially if it only costs 2 firsts to do it, this man's going to pull that trigger. And there ain't nobody going to stand in his way. And you know that. I know you're pleading, you know, like, no, why would he do that? It doesn't make sense, because in your gut, you know he fucking will. But you're pleading the God that he don't. And I'm pleading the God that he doesn't. But realistically, 80% chance it happens, rather you want it to or not. But that's only because we know what that man means to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to happen, but it's probably gonna.
I definitely can see it. I mean, this press conference, he goes, Jalen Hurts is the starting quarterback next year. I'm like, no, he's not. How many times have you lied to us? How many times you said this and that? I can't take anything he says literally.
He also said Jalen Rager's his number 3.
Well, from what I hear, he's
literally a face slap.
From what I hear, they're actually shopping Rager right now. They're trying
to. He said
to.
it himself. You expect more out of a third season. You know, you're going to want to expect more.
JJ Arcega-Whiteside's a good blocker.
That's it.
Yeah, no, he's supposedly being shopped as well.
It's a background changing like every 5 seconds.
I know. I just noticed that now too. I was like, wait, what's moving around?
I thought the Skittles were kicking in. Sorry.
You getting that decision, like
if we get Russell Wilson, I'm gonna shotgun 2 years live, like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Can I?
He's going to WrestleMania this year. Yeah.
You all know me. I'm all about I'm gonna get his jersey, especially he's gonna be number 3. I got that all day. But I literally, man, I can't see it happening. In my head, logically, when you look at everything when it comes together, how much you give up, the capital, the draft, when you look at how much we have in cap space, it's
Vic,
it's
how
too
do you
much.
get excited? Look, Vic, how do you get
All right,
excited
really?
knowing you ain't gonna get that linebacker? How do you be like, okay, we have Jalen Hurts and we're gonna build our? I can't do it because I have no confidence in Howie, dude. If we could change 15 and 16 and go get a beast monster, I'd be super excited. But right now, as it looks and what history tells you with Howie, he just doesn't do it.
Well,
I mean, if they look at him and say, "We'll take your 19 this year and your next year's first," and he has to keep 2 firsts this year, oh, he's signing that piece of paper. I'm telling you right now, he's signing that piece of paper. Plus, with Jalen Hurts added on to just a QB swap with 1 first this year and next year's first, dude, that paper is getting signed before it even hits his desk. He'll be signing that shit as it's being faxed through. I promise.
Well, with Howard too is when he made that 3rd round pick for Leonard Milton, it came with some back and forth. There was a talk. There was a little discussion. Not everybody was down with that pick, but for the most part, it looks like Howie wound out on that. Now his confidence might be sky high. He might be a little too full of himself. That's the one thing that I'm worried about.
Hey, Mitch, give me a wink if you're okay.
Do they have you captive?
Mitch, have you had a
Blink
glass of water?
twice.
Mitch, give me a wink. Mitch, scratch your forehead if you can use a
Listen, man. All I'm saying is, like I said earlier, dude. If you had Russell Wilson, and they all know that they can do that, all right. If they get, like, say, Juju or Mike Williams or somebody in that nature, for a veteran, and maybe add a DJ Chark into that. I've also heard them floating about Traylon Burke. I've heard them saying something about that as well. So I don't know. But whatever route they take, you still have a veteran wide receiver. You got Quez in the slot or, somebody competing with him at that point. You got Dallas Goedert. You got whether it's Stoll or Jackson. I don't know if he'll even make it back.
Kyrie.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what his status is. But, that. And then also, like I said, they're very, very high on Leonard Fournette. If you add Leonard Fournette with Miles Sanders, dude, that offense automatically becomes one of the best in the NFC East. Automatically.
Let me ask everybody a question, because we talked about Jalen and possibly moving off of him, and you just mentioned Leonard Fournette. What about the possibility of moving Sanders?
No, I keep him until his contract runs out after the end of the year, and then I'd let him walk.
What though? What cost? You're just letting him go, Vic, or what are you doing?
No, well, for me, I'm saying, what if they offer you, let's say, a third? Are you making that move?
I would.
Yeah, and I'll take Gainwell on Fournette. I love that, and Boston maybe if he can stay. I think
I
Boston.
want Jordan Howard to stay, but
No, Jordan Howard's
not
not
going to
gonna
happen.
happen.
No, that's not going to happen. Especially if they know they can get Fournette. Howard's done.
Yeah, I know. It'll be cut for the third time.
Yeah,
That's
I'm probably willing to give.
I'm okay with it.
Hey,
Sanders one more
Jordan
year.
Matthews still is like all-time high on getting cut, so he's fine.
I
What were you
miss
saying,
Jordan
Phils?
Matthews.
He got a ways to go.
I'm just kind of on the fence about Sanders. I don't know. Maybe one more year, but that's probably it. Unless he has a breakout year. I don't
backyard. I'm not making passes. I'm making sure he's right. So wiggle your ear real quick, Mitch.
Well, and that's what I was saying, man. Like, I just let Sanders play out his last year here. Whether we acquire Fournette or not, just keep him on. I mean, hey, the only thing that can happen is the kid could truly go off next year and have a breakout fucking season that we've all hoped he would have, or he just stays the same person and we just drop him and let him go. But in the end, you're getting Fournette to be that Blunt-like back. That second piece, that guy that will carry your offense from the 20-yard, from the red zone. He'll make sure to get it in. But I really think that's what they want to do.
Not to get off topic, but let me just ask you, because now that we have Mitch here, hey, my guy, let me ask you a question. What did you think about that extension for John Harbaugh?
Oh my God, I love
after the restructure last year.
I know. Thank God. Thank God he's
What
here.
was it for?
Is he really?
How much was it for?
He's got one foot out the door.
I think he's giving him the money.
No,
back.
I said how much was it for?
He's like, I think it was like 3 years, 3 or 4. I got to look it up again, but it was somewhere around there. So
No, I'm talking money. How much money was it?
Yeah.
Did they say?
I think it's a max. I have to look it up.
Hold
I
on.
was about to say college has a max.
Give me 1 second.
Oh no, I'm just making up something.
Oh. I was like, Jesus, man.
Is
He
that
signed a contract.
for real?
Okay, he signed a contract through 2026. That is worth. Let's see.
What do I get? Okay, I don't know because I'm keep on getting a blank.
After the money, the next question is, what's the opt-out clause?
Well, the only
That's the
reason I
really
was asking the
important
money is because if it's a lot of money, it's like, all right, well, NFL people, you're going to be waiting until 2026 at least before you can touch
I'm
him again.
assuming it might be what they took away from him last year, because they restructured his contract because they felt he wasn't doing well, and that's what got him mad. And wanted him to look into NFL teams this season. Now that he played well, I think they just gave him his money back, but I'm not really sure. Might be just a little bit more, if anything, but I'm pretty sure it's just what they took away from him.
Yeah, I think so. That's what it looks like. Is it? They're saying it's not. The numbers aren't available right away.
That's what I saw. That's
Yeah.
what I saw just now. So it was.
But also, to blow your guys' mind as well, I'd probably wait till 3 or 4, but I'm definitely taking a halfback in this draft as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
definitely take it 4th or 5th. You know what I would not do? I would not draft a quarterback in the 2nd or 3rd round. I've been
I'm
seeing
not
that
drafting
a lot.
quarterback
He was
here.
ambitious. He
I'm
was
not
Yeah,
drafting
well,
in one period.
From executive.
Oh, what happened there?
Whoa.
We have executive
That
producers now.
It was
Listen,
a little
we're stepping up, people.
little
What was
feedback.
that?
It was
Not
a
your
video.
head.
Saying that
Mitch,
the
not-
Sixers
not
suck and
your
the
head.
Pistons beat the
Not your
Celtics.
head.
God damn.
We got things going on in the background, you know what I'm saying? Those deals are coming together.
Wheels are turning. They're moving.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the Sixers lost, and the Pistons beat the Celtics by 1 point today.
Hey, this is
We
a good
won
thing.
tonight.
Hey, Jordy.
You got Tristan Thompson. You got Tristan
Yo,
Thompson. Uncensored.
DeRozan is going off.
How much are you
How many
paying that
points did
bum?
he score tonight?
That bum.
How many points did DeRozan go off for tonight?
I'll have to look it
He's
up.
having a great year.
I got it.
DeRozan is killing it this year.
Yeah, he is. He's one of the best.
Definitely deserves that All-Star.
Rosen is easily a top 10 player in the league right now.
Oh,
Hey,
he's
man, I
top
wish-
5.
Top
I was hoping
5.
we can get him for
Okay, let's talk about
Simmons.
that. We got Giannis. We got
He just
Embiid.
put up another 38 tonight. He's been averaging over. He just broke a record that only Wilt Chamberlain had done before. Like with his amount of.
Embiid did that. What Will Chamberlain did too. He got a 40-point triple-double.
Yeah,
He put up 38.
DeRozan-
I'm not saying that
those
the
numbers
Warriors
all
are better
year.
than me by any means.
He put up 38.
Yeah,
All right, Jerry,
Let me ask
do
you
you
a
have like
question.
something like each time I'm looking at the chat, it's like, are you okay, Jerry? Seriously, are you okay?
All right, let me ask each guy. I'm gonna go with Foothills. Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott to the Eagles.
Oh God.
Wait, what?
Wait, let me.
That's
I'm
hard.
going somewhere with this. Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott to the Eagles.
What?
and
That isn't even a possible thing, so you can't use that.
that's not. I mean,
Can I use a lifeline?
that's a no-brainer. Number 3 all day.
Take the star off if you could. Take the damn star off his helmet if you could.
You got to pay me.
I honestly don't
Why
think.
do you even take
I
Russell
got to get
Wilson?
one back deal.
Go ahead.
I honestly think that Dak will never get to that level of a Russell Wilson. Dak's never gonna. I don't think Dak's gonna ever win a ring. I don't.
Well, I mean, to be
don't
fair,
think
he has
Prescott's
all those 5,000, 4,000
Never
yards.
gonna get it. Never gonna get
Whatever,
it.
whatever. But
Hey, you could have all that flash and pizzazz in the regular season, but it doesn't mean a damn thing if you can't do it in the postseason and get it done when it really, really counts.
so I'm just saying, like where they're at right now. Russell Wilson, the thing about him right now, we're saying he's too old and da 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 da. He's got 3 years left in the tank. So right now, the choice is Dak. He's not. Don't take the star off. I know it's a hard thing.
Are you? And you're putting all the draft picks aside and everything like that too.
It's
It's
either Dak
Russell
or
Wilson all day.
Yeah, it's either one or, and I'm going Russell Wilson.
Dak.
Oh, Russell all day. Russell.
And you took the Dallas hate aside, just like a straight.
Yeah,
up-
Russell all day. Yes.
Okay.
Russell.
Vic,
When I evaluate
Yeah.
talent, I don't see stars. I see what's out there on the field. You know,
Okay.
you know what I mean? My evaluation, I turn off that bias when I'm evaluating. It's plain to see that Dak's never going to be there. Vic, go ahead.
Russell and Dak are pretty much in the same situations with the teams that they have, and we've all seen what Russell can do with his team. Dak, like Foothill said, will never accomplish what Russell will do. Even with the age difference, even with, Russell being on the latter part of his career, I'm still taking him over Dak. That guy just had his ankle switch 5 inches to the left last season. He didn't play so well this season. He was hurt. They kept a lot of his injuries quiet. I'm not trying to progress my team with Dak. You can't go anywhere with him. At least with Russell, like I said, you might make it to the second round in the playoffs. With Dak, you're never going to get there.
So my thing is that with Dak Prescott, they sort of, would you say they kind of build around him, guys? The Dallas, that they build around him?
Absolutely, they have.
Yeah.
How much building do you need? Seriously,
Right?
let's talk about it. How much building do you need around Dak? He got a running back. He got a line. He got receivers. He has a defense. Do you need him to have just for someone to say, all right, we're going to give him the NFC Championship game. We'll just automatically put him in the Super Bowl. Let's see if he can win that. Like you gave him anything and everything he could possibly want for a team. No quarterback in this league has as much as Dak Prescott. Let's keep it 1,000. No quarterback in the league has as much as Dak Prescott has. And he still can't do nothing.
Vic, can I ask you a question, my brother?
Yeah.
Are you out of smoke?
Am I out of smoke? Hell no.
Okay. You seem pretty tense.
But that's what I'm saying. When everyone's talking about Dak Prescott, there's no other quarterback in the league that has more than him.
I'm done.
Sorry, man. I love you, brother.
No, you're good, but let's keep it real.
My whole thing is that I don't even think Jalen could even be. This is gross to say, but I don't think he can even get that close to what Dak is, and that's not saying much. And if we build around him like everybody's thinking we could do, I still don't think that puts us deep into a playoff run, like to get to the championship. Not the Super Bowl, but just the championship. I think he's probably, so what they rate Dak is what? Okay, Dak's a top 10 quarterback, by PFF and all that crap.
AK definitely did a run out.
And Jalen is
I had to say that when I was inhaling too.
15 through 25. I'm assuming they might put him right there. I know his BFF thing went up a little bit because of the rushing touchdown and all that stuff. But I still think Jalen's around a 15 through 20 quarterback. So that's gonna be a big leap to even him to get close to being to a top 10 quarterback, you know. So
And that's why I was saying all that in my wife's eyes. That's why there's so much passion.
So Birdman, let me ask you this: if you were starting a team right now, and you had to choose between Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott, who are you choosing? And take that star off. Remember that.
I gotta go with Dak because he has the better.
Ooh. That's bold. I kind of.
Dak also has like the leadership or whatever that Jalen has.
Okay.
That's
You
falling
sleep.
short.
You have a sleep number bed. You're eating some Oikos yogurt.
That is on par with BPS
actually
saying
do
that
need that
Daniel
sleep
Jones
number
is better
bed.
than Jalen Hurts.
No, it's not. Nothing would.
Yeah.
No.
What? Who's better than Jalen?
No.
That's
Big
on par
Slay
with
said that
Jalen.
Daniel Jones is better than Jalen Hurts in the beginning of the offseason last year.
And he
Hold on.
proved it. He was right.
Hold on. Where's my clip?
Daniel Jones waxed Jalen Hurts. He ate him for breakfast. Pretty much.
Where's my
Okay,
That
now
was
you're
the
trolling.
There
Yeah,
it
you
is.
struck
Trolling
those.
now.
Did you see
I want to
Jalen?
admit something. To make Eagles.
You were wrong about the Giants. About time.
I am an extremely dumb idiot for saying, what was it, like the past 1 or 2 months, Daniel Jones is better than Jalen Hurts. I am 1,000% wrong. I am 1,000% wrong. Jalen Hurts is, I have to admit it, Jalen Hurts is better, easily.
Time.
I am an extremely dumb idiot.
That was the troll I did for the Giants. That was the troll I did for the Giants. That video got hella views. That video got hella views.
Daniel Jones.
Oh man.
Daniel Jones. Well, Jalen needs to start beating him because it's embarrassing at this point.
Jalen needs to start beating who?
Pause.
Daniel Jones, man.
Pause.
Hold up.
Listen, bro, there's only so much rabbit hole I can follow here, man.
He's beating his wagyu.
No.
Let's not go down that fight.
I'm sorry, bro, but listen, there's this. Somebody asked me the question the other day. Listen, if you had to choose, if you were Seattle and you do want to move Russell Wilson, a lot of people say he could go to the New York Giants because that's where his wife wants to be. And then you have us. All right. Well, one, if you're giving him away, you got to receive something back, a.k.a. Daniel Jones or Jalen Hurts. And I'm sorry, but when you are Seattle and you look at both quarterbacks, 9 times out of 10, they ain't picking Daniel Jones. Just saying.
I agree with that.
I thought Phil Hills was giving you some good background music. You're about to wax poetically.
Like, I'm sorry, but the better prospect out of them both is definitely by far Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Not at this point.
Shout out to Jerry Lee's mom. Hey, I'm happy we can make her smile.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, if she's Sarah Lee, then I bet she can bake really good.
Mom, the meatloaf. I don't ever know what
Meatloaf.
Mom, the meatloaf.
Oh my God.
That movie's hilarious. I love that movie.
I don't know if I could do funerals, man. Yeah. Crazy horny. Yeah.
It's way better.
Oh my God.
Oh man, I have lost my mind.
Right.
All right.
We've been on for almost 2 hours now, so
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pop off. I need to help my mom with something before I head to sleep. So,
pause.
Me, mom. Me have to
no,
help
you
my
guys
mom.
know what happened. Like she had like a thing. She went to the hospital. She's back. She's good.
Yeah, glad she's feeling better, my guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
definitely prayers.
Thank
for
you
her.
for that. But
Yeah, man.
really quick, next Saturday I'm having Boys for Life and one of the guys from the Commanders video on.
Damn, that name needs to come with like an automatic pause. Don't come with a star, just a pause after it.
Are you starting that GoFundMe page for that Boys for Life? Because I heard you need a new brain.
I need a Giants creator with thick skin for that one, and I still can't find anybody. Cop Pistol still hasn't responded.
What you need to do is find a better Cowboy. What you need to do, Mitch, is find a better Cowboys content creator. That's what you really need to do.
You need a real
because
content
For trolling,
But I'm-
for trolling the commie's name, I don't think so.
He won't ever pull Cop Pizzle because he's a bitch.
He needs to change his name because his voice.
How did Birdman got him on his channel once? I'm still calling you how.
Have
Not
you
sure
reached
how
out to
he
Joe?
did, but props to you, sir.
Right?
Yeah, I told him, dude. I got him. He was like, "Oh, the Giants are gonna be this in first place, and the Eagles are gonna be in the best basement, and Jalen Hurts and blah 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 blah."
How can you manage that? I've been tweeting at this guy like nonstop.
Yeah, he only wants you to go on the show so he can. He wants to be in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to do.
Why don't they just leave us alone?
You were telling me that he wanted to do a call-in, and I'm like, no, I want him one-on-one on my channel. That's it.
I'm a 60-minute man.
Wish. Where's my
Baby, no!
With the Giants. They don't want us to make the playoffs. They just with us. Why can't they just leave us alone? Please don't be Devontae. Give the Giants a chance to get Devontae Smith. Give us a chance. Let us pass up on him. Don't take him from us. Here it is. Stupid. Don't do anything smart. Don't do anything smart.
What a bitch. I still love that line. Don't do anything smart.
And his wife has to watch that for 60.
That means don't do anything at all because everything the New York Giants do is stupid.
Oh my God, he just sounds hilarious.
All right.
Here goes my 60 minutes.
Baby doll, whistle.
Baby doll,
Hey.
whistle.
Have a good one, Mitch.
All
All
right.
right,
Catch
guys.
you all.
Take care, buddy.
Yeah,
Thanks for
see you
sitting on
guys
with
Sunday
us.
for the Geo stream, whenever
All
that is. If that's Sunday or Saturday, I forget when.
Sunday, yeah. For people that don't know, Gio from the 215, we're going to finish this discussion on Jalen Hurts and what's going to transpire this off season on his channel.
Sign me
gonna
up.
have a debate.
Where do I sign?
Right?
Hey, man, listen, I'm pretty sure Gio would have loved you to come on and would love to hear your point. So, yeah, this Sunday, we're going to get into it.
That's going to be at the same time as the NBA All-Star game, so I'm going to be like, I'll be watching.
Yeah, but it's the NBA All-Star game. It's not,
I know,
It's not what
but
it
it's
used to
still
be.
basketball at the end of the day.
It's a talent show.
It is.
I think
No,
that's
Saturday night is. Saturday night's the better thing. They got 3-point dunk.
Yeah.
Everything. I can't
All-Star
wait.
game's a professional pickup game.
Well, was it? I thought Saturday was the rookie games, and then what is it? I thought Friday
That's
was
Friday. That's Friday.
Oh, okay. I'd rather watch the rookie game though. At least they play.
Yeah, they got LaMelo Ball, Cade. I'm telling you, that's.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, he's second year. Yeah.
I'm streaming the Elimination Chamber on Saturday at
Oh,
noon.
me too for the network. I'm not looking forward to that
Why not?
because it's gonna suck. It's gonna be predictable.
Yeah. That's why you join my crew. That's why you join my crew that we got going on. We make fun of it.
So do we.
some.
So do we at the
Well,
network.
there you
We
go.
don't have to watch it.
See that's why it's fun.
Yeah.
No. I want good wrestling, good storylines, and good booking.
Bro, if you can't find fun out of stupidity, then I blame you.
I can have fun out of SpongeBob and talking to Tyler. What are you talking about?
That is very true. That is very true.
Mitch, I bet you wish that Jeffrey Lurie's son owned a wrestling company. Like a
I
vodka.
guess, but what does he do?
I don't know. He's a bigger
Listen, he
head.
does what every kid with nepotism does. Sit back and collect.
Yep. Sits back and trades Bitcoin.
Oh my God! Enough with it.
Six JJ Ortega white side here and there.
I'm getting really tired of this Bitcoin talk.
Oh,
Hey man,
well,
it's that new stock. It's like that wave. You gotta cash it, I guess.
exactly.
To me, it's just like it is what it is.
Yeah, but hey, if you can make some money off of it, not saying you're gonna make $1 million, you get a little money for later when you retire. It is what it is.
Yeah, but I guess it's not for me. I let my dad do all my stuff.
I agree. It sucks, but it's fucking fun to make fun of them.
It's AEW's good. AEW's good. If you love the Attitude Era, AEW is way to go.
All right, guys. Well, yeah, we're coming up on almost 2 hours now, so everybody want to let them know where they can find you at? Oh, Mitch bounced. Bye, Mitch.
Out.
Yeah.
Peace out, bro.
He's got to go.
Birdman, let them
make
know
some for
where
his
they can
mom.
find you, bro.
What's up?
Let them know where they can find you.
All right, listen here, guys. I'm gonna try to show up as much as I can now that I work the day shift, and we're gonna have some great collabs, and just keep the energy going, guys. I'm just here to make your guys' day a lot crazier, a lot exciting, because there's a lot of content out there. So I'm gonna just be bringing the noise. I'm gonna do some cool giveaways and stuff like that. I gotta get back all into that. I'm gonna have some new shirts coming out, the West Coast and Birds. It's not West Coast anymore. It's just West Coast and Birds because I had some issues and all that. So we're gonna run with that. We're gonna have some cool I'm having an artist work on Swoop right now, so I can't wait till it gets done.
Nice.
We're gonna have a lot more cool stuff, man, and I can't wait. I'm trying to support everybody. I know I gotta check out Philly Foothills merch so I could rep it and check it out. So I recently got the Swoop Squad. Shout out to Timothy Kincaid and the Swoop Boys and all that. So he got this shirt. Well, actually, I'm wearing it right now.
Oh, look at that.
So check this out. He used like this glow vinyl or something like that, And let me tell you, from the pictures, when I was in Vegas, people were like, "Dude, what's up with that shirt?" Like, everybody was asking about the shirt, man. So it's like, he did a really good job with the vinyl print and all that. It really stands out. And he said, Kincaid hit me up. He said he got about 20 orders for me, just like representing it. You know, I
Wow.
had my costume on and everything. So, I'm glad that I helped. So I just, if you guys need support, once you get your stuff, like I know Foothills has it, and then Vic 3's got to come up with something dope. Because every time I look at that damn gremlin back there, I always think that's Vic, but it's not Vic. But I can't wait to see Vic's. That's a cool thing. Vic 3. I don't really hear anybody say they're Vic 3. So I can't wait till he comes up with a dope ass design. And then also AK. I seen a lot of cool artwork with the skeleton with the finger. So with the middle finger. So as soon as I find something I could put together, send it to you and see what you think about it. Now it doesn't mean like it's your final thing. It's just artwork for AK, so people can dig it. So I'm really working hard, guys. You guys know I support you every day. Us yelling at each other. That's just you know what it is. It's not serious. I'd be like, man, Birdman came here and he said, I don't know, he's like
You're right. I won't be able to sleep good tonight. Thanks.
Yes. I'll be in your dreams, brother. But check it out. You can reach the Birdman_951 on TikTok, Instagram, freaking Twitter, YouTube. I'm coming for you, brother. And let's always fly, Eagles fly. Peace. Out.
Birdman's gone.
Good.
All right, fellas. It's been a good one tonight, definitely. We got Joeyshakes72 on earlier. Great chatting with him. And another great one in the books. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So any closing comments, my co-hosts?
Hey, there's going to be a lot to come. First and foremost, appreciate Joey Shakes for coming through. Thank you. We greatly appreciate it. Birdman, appreciate you for coming through, being the surprise guest. We're out here, we're doing our thing. It's the off season. Don't think of it as a lull. Like I said, there's a lot of things to talk about this off season. You still got the draft, you still got free agency. So we're gonna come out, give you the best content we can, and we're always gonna be supporting our fellow Eagles content creators as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. AK?
Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to the GOAT himself, Joey Shakes. Appreciate you coming on, my guy. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, Birdman. Appreciate you both for being here. It was just one hell of a night. I had fun, and definitely gotta shake it up a little more because I'm into that kind of shit. So yeah, man, I appreciate you guys coming together again. Love doing this. We've developed a real good brotherhood here between us three, and I love what we got, dude, and I can't wait to keep doing it for the years to come. We got a long ways to go, but we'll keep doing it. But yeah, no lie, I am on the road to 1,000. If you are not subbed to me, please do. I do have my watch hours already. I just need my subscribers now. So if you have not hit that subscribe button, please do so. But yeah, you can find me over on the Eagles Uncensored podcast. You can find me on Twitter at AKEagles88. And until next time, I am AK Eagles. I may fuss and cuss, but you can count on me and my content like the fucking city bus. And if you like the Wagyu, subscribe too. Appreciate you guys. You have a good night. Peace out. Wagyu crew, peace.
Hey, man, and expect a lot of changes. The background and all this is going to change. I got the lab working out downstairs. It's under construction. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get a lot of things working out. But, like I always say, man, you know who it is. It's Victory. You see me in the chats. You see me on Twitter. You will always find me supporting great content creators, especially Eagles content creators. You always find me with these two gentlemen up top. These are my brothers from another mother who I appreciate. Every week we get to come through and we get to chop it up. This is one of the best things, one of the highlights of the week. Listen, You'll always catch me with my guys every Wednesday. We'll be here, just like you said. If it's hump day, it's our day. We here. And you'll always see me every Saturday with my guy, Backyard Birds Podcast, Jerry Lee. You know, we're gonna hit it up this week with another episode of the Big Ticket. And as I said earlier, this Sunday, look out for Geo for 215. We're gonna have a big discussion on Jalen Hurts. You've seen a little bit right now, but we're gonna have a full roundtable discussion. So, you know, be on the lookout for that. And like I said, be on the lookout for big things, you know, especially from my guys up top. You know, they got a lot of things in the works. So,
hey, by the way, is that popping off this Friday? Because if so, we should say something, right?
What's that?
The other thing we got going on.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, people. We had a lot of things in the work in the background. See? There's a lot in motion.
Because I know we did want to start it this Friday, but I don't know if we're fully there yet. I mean, we can test run it, or we don't have to.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we could throw one on late and see how we go.
Yeah, but I mean,
we're late night crew.
Yeah, and you know, I want to send a big shout out to the chat. You know, because with Joey coming on, you know, he drew some more people on for us. We almost got to 30 people in the live stream right now, and I think that is a record for the East meets West.
Appreciate you all. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Because like I always say, you guys are the absolute food in the water to the channel. Without you, this content game does not continue to survive for us. So if you're feeling the vibe, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe to keep our dreams alive. And yeah, I mean, you guys like you know, you could always catch me on Twitter at Foothills. I'm on Instagram as well, Facebook, Twitch. You guys check me out on there. And yeah, I'm gonna be putting out more content on YouTube as things start settling down for me and my family. But yeah, love and appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you again to Joeyshakes72. Thanks so much for taking out time out of his busy schedule to come on with us. Can't express enough how much it means. It means a lot. Thank you, Mitch, and thank you, Birdman_951 for joining us as well. And until next time, we fly until we die. Stay mean, stay green. Thanks for viewing us on your screen. But most importantly, like I always say, keep it fuego. And we out.
Make YouTube go green.
Fly, Eagles fly, baby.
Monk.